I gave LeBron James Kevin Durant's NBA career, meaning that he's going to get drafted in 2007 by the Seattle Supersonics, which are going to get relocated the very next season. He's only going to play 1 year there, then he's going to be on the OKC Thunder, go to Golden State, team up with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, and then he'll leave after 3 years, go to Brooklyn, and then he'll finish off his NBA career with the Phoenix Suns, with Devin Booker, and we're going to see if LeBron can perform better in the same circumstances as Kevin Durant did in his NBA career. We all know LeBron is the better player, and Kevin Durant is the biggest snake in NBA history, but what if it was LeBron instead? How much hatred would he get? I'm willing to bet it's a lot. So here we are, October 23rd, 2007, and a 19-year-old LeBron is on the Seattle Supersonics, who will become the OKC Thunder next season. LeBron is an 86 overall, and Kwame Brown is on this team. He's an 83. Brandon Roy's an 80. Honestly, this roster is really not the greatest, but luckily for them, they're going to move to OKC, pick up a few players here and there throughout the draft. If you guys do end up enjoying videos like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications also so you don't miss a single upload on the channel. Somehow Tony Parker is going to go on and win the MVP, averaging 30 and 10. The rookie of the year will go to Kevin Durant, not LeBron James. Yes, I put KD on the Cavs. Honestly, I don't really care where he goes, if he stays or if he leaves. This video is completely about LeBron, and Dwight Howard is going to take home the DPOY. LeBron James is not going to make any of the All-NBA teams. He would be on the All-Rookie team, though. The first team averaging 25, 4, and 4. How did he not win Rookie of the Year over KD? Supersonics are not going to end up making the playoffs, so LeBron's not going to have a single playoff run with them. They went 37 and 45, grabbing the 10 seed in the West. The San Antonio Spurs, who I believe went back-to-back. Last 2 years are the best team in the West, and in the East, it is the Miami Heat, going 53 and 29. Tony Parker's going to lead the NBA in scoring and assists. No, it would be D-Wade for assists, but Tony Parker for scoring at 30 a game. D-Wade also averaged 27. Melo was up there, 26. Chris Bosh averaged 26. AI. CP3 averaging 26 and 10. And the Miami Heat are going to go on and win the NBA title. D-Wade is your finals MVP, averaging 28 and 11 as they swept the Minnesota Timberwolves in the finals. D. Rose is going to go first overall to the Bulls. Russell Westbrook did get drafted by the Wizards, but I will be putting him on the OKC Thunder as well as James Harden, just so we have a more similar situation that KD had in real life, so we can see if LeBron can dominate with that big three. Grant Hill, or George Hill, my bad, is going to the Pistons. Nari to the Hornets. Kevin Love will be going to the Trailblazers. LeBron now is up to a 92 overall, 20 years old, going to play his first season on the OKC Thunder. Brandon Roy's an 85. Brad Miller's an 85. Kwame Brown is still here. Russell Westbrook now on the roster is going to start out at a 77. I'm just basically going to try to make it as similar as possible to see if LeBron could win a title with Russ and James Harden, unlike KD couldn't. Tracy McGrady is going to end up winning the MVP, averaging 31 a game. The rookie of the year will go to Derrick Rose, the sixth man of Tyson Williams, and Dwight Howard again is going to win the DPOY, also averaging 28 and 13. LeBron James is not going to make a single All-NBA team. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant's going to make the first team, averaging 26, 7, and 5. Is this going to turn into a Kevin Durant video? Why is he performing so much better than LeBron? LeBron would end up averaging 27, 5, and 5, which are decent numbers on pretty good efficiency. The OKC Thunder would grab the 5 seed, going 44 and 38. Minnesota was the 1 seed in the West, and in the East, it was the Charlotte Bobcats, who went 59 and 23. T-Mac is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 31 a game. Dwight Howard was up there at 28. Chris Bosh, LeBron, KD, Tony Parker, who was scoring a lot more than he did in real life. CP3 was up there as well. And of course, we are going to end up getting swept in the very first round by the LA Clippers. As the San Antonio Spurs are going to win the NBA title, Tony Parker is your finals MVP, damn near averaging 30 and 10 as they beat the Cavs in 6 games. You mean to tell me Kevin Durant already is outperforming LeBron on the Cavs, brought them to literally the finals in his second season in the entire league? Steph got drafted by the Rockets, but he's going to be going to Golden State. James Harden will be joining us here in OKC. Ricky Rubio gone to the Hawks. Blake Griffin to the Grizzlies. DeMar DeRozan to the Wizards. LeBron now is up to a 97 overall, 21 years old. Russ is up to an 81, and James Harden is going to start out at a 78. So we do have a future big three here in OKC. Hopefully we can win a title before LeBron ends up leaving. CP3 is going to win the MVP, averaging 29 and 10. I believe that's his first MVP. The rookie of the year to Steph Curry, and the DPOY to Tim Duncan. LeBron is finally going to end up making the first team, averaging 29, 8, and 7 a game. His best numbers of his career so far. The first team alongside him will be Bargnani, Chris Bosh, D-Wade, and CP3. OKC again are going to be the 5 seed, going 48 and 34 this time. San Antonio, the best team team in the West, and in the East, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers going 65-17. Obviously, they do have a 91 overall Kevin Durant on the roster. Now, the good news is we did avenge our loss to the Clippers in the first round in 6 games, but the bad news is we got swept in the second round by the Spurs, who do have a lot of veteran leadership and have already won multiple championships in the simulation. And the Spurs are going to go on and win another, as Tony Parker is your finals MVP yet again. Is that his third of his career? 4 finals MVPs and 5 rings and 2 MVPs. John Wall is going to go first overall to the Sacramento Kings. Boogie Cousins will be going to the Rockets. PG-13 to the Hornets. Braun now is up to a 98 overall. Russ is all the way up at an 85, and James Harden is an 83. So we are slowly getting better year by year. Still pretty much carried by LeBron James, obviously. Kevin Durant is going to go on and win his very first MVP, averaging 29, 8, and 5. The Rookie of the Year will go to John Wall, and Tim Duncan will win the DPOY. LeBron is going to end up making the first team, averaging 28, 9, and 7. Very good numbers. I mean, him and KD are very close. KD's only 94, but averaged more points. We know LeBron's a 99. Kevin Durant will lead the NBA in scoring this season, followed by LeBron James. D. Rose was up there. Luol Deng averaged 26 a game. Chris Bosh is always going to be good. Melo, Steph Curry averaging 25. OKC is going to grab the 2 seed, going 55 and 27. San Antonio was the only team better in the West, and in the East it was the Cavs who were the 1 seed. So LeBron James has carried the OKC Thunder all the way to the finals up against KD and his hometown team in the Cavs. This should be a very, very good finals matchup, so let's see if LeBron can go on and win his very first ring of his NBA career. And LeBron James and the OKC Thunder are going to pull off a Game 7 upset over the Cavs, winning their very first title in their franchise's history. Obviously, LeBron, Russ, and Harden are going to get their first ring, as LeBron has defeated KD in the finals. KD does have an MVP, though, as only a couple years in, we are going to be able to raise that Larry O'Brien trophy before Russ and Harden are even elite-level players in the NBA, and the finals MVP will be going to LeBron James. In the finals, LeBron will average 31, 8, and 5 a game. Shaq is going to retire after 19 years, never leaving the Lakers. Chris Webber's gone, as well as Jerry Stackhouse. Kawhi Leonard will be going first overall to the Sixers. Kyrie to the Hornets. Klay Thompson will be going back to the Warriors, just like in real life. Kemba Walker to the Nuggets. Nikola Vucevic to the Raptors. LeBron James now is the highest overall in the game at a 99. Russell Westbrook's up to an 89, and Harden to an 87. So we got a mini big 3 here in OKC. LeBron is finally going to win his very first MVP, averaging 29, 9, and 7. The Rookie of the Year will go to Kyrie, and the DPOY also to LeBron James. He would obviously make the first team alongside Russ, Steph Curry, KD, and Bargnani, who has been playing very good, averaging like 20 and 10. OKC is going to be the 1 seed, going 52 and 30. In the East, it was the Milwaukee Bucks, who went 57 and 25. LeBron's going to lead the NBA in scoring, followed by Steph Curry. KD was up there, D. Rose, and Russell Westbrook. On the assist side, Mike Conley is going to lead with 9.5 assists per game, and we are right back where we were last season in the finals up against the Cavs. KD obviously on the team, but he must be injured because he's not showing up in the starting lineup. My bad. Kevin Durant literally left this team in the offseason. He's no longer a member of the Cavs, but they still somehow made it back to the finals with this roster. And somehow the Cavs, without Kevin Durant, are going to end up beating us in 5 games in the finals. Why does it say LeBron is your finals MVP? Ricky Davis is going to take home the finals MVP, averaging 24 and 5, as they did beat us in 5 games. AD will go first overall to the Hornets. Harrison Barnes will be going to the Celtics. Andre Drummond to the Timberwolves. Bradley Beal to the Raptors. Dame Lillard to the Kings, and Draymond Green to the Warriors. LeBron is still a 99. Russ is up to a 92, and James Harden is a 90. LeBron is the best player in the league at 99, followed by Tim Duncan, who's a 96. Kobe is still up there at a 95. KD, obviously now on the Bobcats, is a 94. LeBron is going to go back-to-back, winning another MVP, this time averaging 28, 8, and 9. The Rookie of the Year will go to Anthony Davis, and LeBron is also going to take home the DPOY, making the first team, obviously, alongside D. Wade, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and now Marc Gasol. What is Russ averaging here? He's averaging 26, 5, and 9. Very good numbers by the guard. OKC, again, is going to be the 1 seed, as we went 65 and 17. In the East, it was the Cavs. Even without KD, they're simulating insanely well. I have no idea why. I mean, take a look at this team. It's not really anything special. Sadly, we are not going to make the finals, as we lost in Game 7 of round number 2 to the Denver Nuggets. As the Milwaukee Bucks will go on and win the NBA title, Kyle Lowry is your finals MVP, averaging 29 and 11. 7. They beat the Warriors in 6 games. Warriors are a future team of LeBron, so keep an eye out for that. They're already very good, already made a finals appearance even before we join them. Giannis Antetokounmpo will be going first overall to the Pelicans. CJ McCollum will be going to the Raptors, 4th overall. Otto Porter to the Kings. Oladipo will be going to the Raptors. LeBron now has dropped down to a 97 overall in the prime of his career, 25 years old. Russ is up to a 95 and Harden is a 91. There is no excuse why we cannot go on and win the title this season. We have 3 90s on our team, the big three, the best big three in the entire league right now. LeBron is going to three-peat in MVPs as he goes on and wins another, averaging 28, 8, and 8. The Rookie of the Year to Kenny King. Who the hell is this? And Dwayne Wade is going to win the Defensive Player of the Year award. I've never seen that happen. On the first team, we have LeBron, KD, Bargnani, Russ, and D. Rose. As Oklahoma is going to be the second seed, going 57 and 25. Portland was the best team in the West, going 62 and 20, and in the East, it was the Cavs yet again. I have no idea how this team keeps winning. Again, LeBron has led the OKC Thunder to the finals, this time up against the Sixers, who do have Kawhi Leonard as their best player at a 91 overall. The big three of Russ, Harden, and LeBron are going to go on and win their second NBA title together. Obviously, LeBron is going to get a second ring as the OKC Thunder dominate the Sixers in 5 games in the finals. As we pretty much should. I mean, we have the best team in the entire league. We're rocking literally a big three right now with 390 plus overall players. And we are going to be able to raise that Larry O'Brien trophy for the second time in the video. As LeBron James, before he even goes to the Warriors, is a 2-time champion and a 3-time MVP. LeBron is going to end up winning the finals MVP, averaging 32, 7, and 7. Ray Allen has retired, as well as Chauncey Billups and Tim Duncan. Steve Francis as well. Nikola Jokic will go first overall to the Magic, Aaron Gordon to the Kings, Zach LaVine to the Knicks, Joel Embiid to the Jazz, and Julius Randle to the Celtics. LeBron is back up to a 98 overall. Russ is a 95 and Harden 91. LeBron only has 2 years left here in OKC. James Harden is going to go on and win the MVP, averaging 33, 4, and 7 a game. The Rookie of the Year will go to Jokic, and the DPOY back to Dwight Howard, who is now on the New York Knicks. Well, I guess it was my bad because Dwight Howard has played on the Knicks his entire career in this simulation. All 11 seasons so far. LeBron is not even going to end up making the first team. He was on the second team, averaging 28, 8, and 8, which are first team numbers, but for some reason didn't get the nod. The OKC Thunder are going to grab the 1 seed in the West, going 54 and 28, and in the East, it was the Sixers who went 56 and 26. And we have another rematch in the finals back here up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Maybe Kawhi can get his revenge. And the Sixers are going to get the revenge as they dominate us in 5 games. Kawhi Leonard is your finals MVP, averaging 29 a game. Kevin Garnett has retired after 20 years. Allen Iverson is gone, as well as Mike Bibby and Brad Miller. Ron Artest. Tingus Pingus will be going first overall to the Spurs. D'Lo to the Pistons. Karl Anthony Towns to the Grizzlies, and Devin Booker to the Magic. LeBron now is in his final season with OKC. He's a 96 overall, 27 years old. Russ is a 95, and Harden is still a 91, who literally just won the MVP last year. But I mean, he did average 33, 4, and 7 a game. Definitely well deserved. LeBron James is going to win another MVP, this time averaging 38 and 8. The Rookie of the Year to D'Lo, and Dwight Howard will win the Defensive Player of the Year award. Obviously, LeBron's going to be on the first team alongside Kevin Durant, who is still averaging 26 a game. Jokic is there, James Harden, and D. Rose. OKC is going to drop to the 3 seed, going 54 and 28. The Clippers were the best team in the West, and in the East, it was the Indiana Pacers. And somehow we would end up losing in the conference finals to the Portland Trail Blazers in 5 games. As the Toronto Raptors will go on and win the NBA title, Chris Bosh is your finals MVP, averaging 20 and 10. They beat the Trailblazers in 7 games. Ben Simmons is going to go first overall to the Heat. Sabonis went third to the Pistons. Brandon Ingram to the Magic. Jaylen Brown to the Spurs. Buddy Hield will be going to the Lakers. And you already know, boys, we are in the summer of 2016, the infamous summer of 16, when the NBA was ruined for the next 3 years because of Kevin Durant's absolute snake decision. And now instead instead of KD, it'll be LeBron James joining the Golden State Warriors to form the greatest super team in the NBA's history. We have LeBron at a 96, Steph Curry at a 91, Tyson Chandler is here at an 88, Klay Thompson is an 88, and Draymond is still only down at an 80. Anthony Davis is going to win the MVP, the Rookie of the Year to DeJounte Murray, the sixth man to Marcus Gasol, and the DPOY to Kawhi Leonard. LeBron is going to end up making the second team, averaging 27, 8, and 7, alongside Jokic, KD, Russell Westbrook, and Steph Curry, as the Warriors are going to be the 2 seed going 55 and 27. New Orleans was the best team in the West, and in the East, it was the Boston Celtics. James Harden is going to lead the NBA in scoring at 31 a game, still on OKC alongside Russ, so they have a duo there. And in LeBron's very first season with Golden State, we have made the NBA Finals up against Russell Westbrook and the Atlanta Hawks. I guess Russ did leave in the offseason, as well as LeBron. And in his very first season in the Bay, LeBron is going to lead the Warriors to the NBA title, grabbing his 4th of his career, I believe, as we defeat the Atlanta Hawks in Game 7 of the finals. It was a very tight series, but luckily we had Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Splash Bros. I mean, pairing them up with LeBron James is literally too OP. I don't know who is going to end up defeating this team, but it's definitely not going to be anytime soon, as we get to raise that Larry O'Brien trophy. LBJ is going to win the finals MVP, averaging 26, 8, and 6. Donovan Mitchell will go first overall to the Phoenix Suns. Jason Tatum will be going to the Pistons. Lonzo Ball to the Spurs. Kuzma to the Wizards. Markelle Fultz to the Lakers. LeBron now is a 97 overall. Steph is up to a 94. Klay Thompson has cracked 90 overall, and Draymond Green is slowly growing a little bit up to an 84 overall now. LeBron James is going to win another MVP, this time averaging 26, 9, and 7 a game. The Rookie of the Year to Sean Cheeks. Yo, bro, what is going on with these sus-ass names? The sixth man to Marcus Gasol, and the DPOY will go to Joakim Noah. Now, LeBron obviously is going to make the first team alongside Melo, DeMarcus Cousins, Steph Curry, and D Rose, as the Warriors are going to be the 1 seed going 59 and 23. Now, in the East, it was the New York Knicks, who do have DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, and Dwight Howard, so we do have to look out for them. We are back in the NBA Finals, this time up against the Philadelphia 76ers, who still have Kawhi Leonard as their best player, but I mean, overall, we have a much better roster. And somehow the Sixers are going to go on and dominate us in 5 games in the finals. Kawhi is your finals MVP, averaging 21, 5, and 5. Not really great numbers. I don't know how they beat us, but they did do it. Dirk is retired after 20 years, all with the Dallas Mavericks. He never left, which is a good thing. Yao Ming is out of here, as well as Zach Randolph. Jaren Jackson Jr. will go first overall to the LA Lakers. Luka will be going to the Thunder. Trae Young to the Heat. DeAndre Ayton to the Suns, and Mo Bamba to the Wizards. LeBron now is a 96 overall, 30 years old, in his final season with the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, he's going to leave next year to Brooklyn. Anthony Davis is going to win another MVP. The Rookie of the Year will go to Luka. The sixth man to Malcolm Woods, and the DPOY back to Kawhi Leonard. LeBron is only going to end up making the third team, averaging 23, 7, and 7. One of the worst seasons of his career, honestly. He'll be alongside Chris Bosh, Bargnani, Russell Westbrook, and Steph Curry, as the Warriors are going to go 60 and 22, grabbing the 2 seed. New Orleans was the best team in the West, and in the East, it was the Toronto Raptors. And somehow the Pels will beat us in the conference finals in 5 games, and really an embarrassing defeat, as they would go on and win the NBA title. Kyrie Irving is your finals MVP. They beat the Hawks in 7 games. Zion is going to go first overall to the New York Knicks. Ja Wick to the Lakers. RJ Barrett to the Timberwolves. Darius Garland will be going to the Wizards. Jackson Hayes to the Pacers. So now LeBron has left the Golden State Warriors in the 2019 offseason, signing with the Brooklyn Nets. 96 overall, 31 years old. He will be teaming up with Kyrie Irving, and we're going to get James Harden next season. LeBron's not even going to play this year. I'm just going to make him injured for the entire season. And then we are going to resume his NBA career on the Nets. Anthony Davis is going to go on and win the MVP, averaging 24 and 12. The Rookie of the Year will go to John Wick. The sixth man to Julius Randle, and the DPOY also to Anthony Davis. No, the Brooklyn Nets are not even going to make the playoffs, as they were the 9 seed going 42 and 40. That was pretty predictable without LeBron. I mean, Kyrie can do his thing. But again, next season when we get James Harden on the team and LeBron is back, that is the season we need to compete. repeat. And Anthony Davis will lead the Pels to a championship as Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be the finals MVP, as they would defeat the Raptors in Game 7 of the finals. James Wiseman is actually going to go first overall to the Denver Nuggets. Obi Toppin will be going to the Wizards. LaMelo Ball to the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards fell all the way down to 4th to the Heat. Tyrese Halliburton will be going to the Lakers. So now here in Brooklyn, we have a big three of our own yet again, as LeBron is a 96 overall, 32 years of age. Kyrie is a 90, and James Harden is an 89. AD is going to go ahead and win another MVP, the Rookie of the Year, to James Wiseman. The sixth man to PG-13, and the DPOI will go back to Kawhi Leonard. Hey, yo, Paul George is on the New Orleans Pelicans along with Giannis and Anthony Davis. That is a super team. LeBron is going to end up making the second team, averaging 24, 8, and 7 off a torn Achilles, which is not bad at all. I mean, KD did average more points, but I believe LeBron had more rebounds and assists. And the second team alongside him will be James Harden, Jamal Murray, Kevin Love, and Jokic, as the Brooklyn Nets are going to be the 1 seed in the East, going 58 and 24. In the West, it was obviously the Pelicans, who have a very good team with Giannis, Anthony Davis, Paul George is there. They got Bol as well. And no surprise here, as we are in the NBA Finals up against the New Orleans Pelicans, who won it last season and capture his 4th NBA title of his career. And unfortunately, New Orleans is going to beat us in 6 games, as Anthony Davis is going to take home the Finals MVP, averaging 23 and 14. D-Wade is out of here after 18 years, all with the Miami Heat, besides his last season when he went to the Milwaukee Bucks. Evan Mobley is going to go first overall to the Indiana Pacers. Jalen Green is gone to the Celtics. Scotty Barnes to the Spurs. Jalen Suggs to the Clippers. Josh 13 Giddey to the Cavs. Franz Wagner is going to be going to the Rockets. Cade Cunningham fell all the way down to 7th. LeBron now is a 98 overall, 33 years of age. Kyrie's an 89, and James Harden is all the way down at an 86 overall. He's obviously going to get traded at the trade deadline this season. Anthony Davis is going to win another MVP. I don't even know how many he has now. He has 5 to his name, only 29 years old. Josh Giddey is going to win the Rookie of the Year, the 6th man to Julius Randle, and the DPOI to Kawhi Leonard. LeBron again is going to make the second team, averaging 24, 7, and 7 alongside Boogie Cousins, Ben Simmons, Jamal Murray, and Brian Cummings on the LA Clippers, averaging 32 a game. The Nets again are going to be the 1 seed this time, going 55 and 27, and in the West it was the New Orleans Pelicans, who did beat us in the finals. And unfortunately, that is not going to happen, as the New York Knicks absolutely dominated us in 5 games in the second round, as they would go on and win the NBA title. DeJounte Murray is your finals MVP, averaging 25 and 12, as they would beat our future team in the Phoenix Suns in Game 7 of the finals. Paolo Banchero will go first overall to the Bucks. Jabari Smith Jr. to the Spurs. Chet Holmgren fell all the way down to the Cavs. Benedict Mathurin will be going to the Rockets. LeBron now somehow is a 99 overall, despite the fact that he is 34 years old, and he is going to get traded at the deadline. So now LeBron is in his final chapter of his NBA career, or of Kevin Durant's career, I should say. He's a 99 overall, 35 years old on the Phoenix Suns, alongside DeAndre Ayton, who's a 93, and Devin Booker, who's only an 86 overall in the prime of his career. But obviously, we're going to finish out this season. We are in January right now, and then the entire season next year as well. Zion is going to win the MVP, averaging 28 a game. The Rookie of the Year will go to Paolo Banchero, the 6th man to LaMelo Ball, and the DPOI to Mo Bamba. LeBron again is going to make the second team, averaging 24, 7, and 7. Pretty much the same stats since he came back from his torn Achilles. As the Phoenix Suns are going to grab the 4 seed, going 48 and 34. Memphis was the best team in the West, and in the East, it was the New York Knicks. And luckily, we have made the NBA Finals. We are up against the New York Knicks, who do have Zach LaVine, Harrison Barnes, and Zion Williamson, and of course as well as Rudy Gobert, but nobody's really caring about him. Let's see if LeBron can go on and win his 4th title of his NBA career. And unfortunately, we really didn't stand a chance, as Zion is going to win the finals MVP, averaging 25, 8, and 4. The Knicks, they would sweep us in the finals. Carmelo Anthony and CP3 are both out of here after 18 and 20 seasons in the league. J.R. Smith is retired, as well as J.J. Redick. So in LeBron's final season in the league, he is a 99 overall, which I believe is the best overall in the entire game. It is 4 more overalls than Anthony Davis, which is kind of surprising considering the fact LeBron's 35 and the fact that he hasn't had much success in a long time. DeAndre Ayton is a 92, Devin Booker only an 85, so this team is still pretty decent. We can win a title here. DeJounte Murray is going to win the MVP, only averaging 16 points but 10 assists as well. The Rookie of the Year is going to go to Bronny James, and the DPOI again to Mo Bamba, as LeBron is going to make the second team, averaging averaging 21, 6, and 7 alongside Giannis, Kat, Mo Bamba, and Nikola Jokic. The Phoenix Suns will get the second seed, going 57 and 25. And we are going to end up losing in the second round to the New Orleans Pelicans in 6 games, as they would go on to win another NBA title. AD is your finals MVP, averaging 23 and 10 as they beat the Knicks in 7 games. And that is going to do it for giving LeBron James Kevin Durant's NBA career. And honestly, it didn't pan out as good as I thought it would. For his career, he's going to average 26, 7, and 7, which is pretty similar to what he does in real life. He's only going to have 33,000 points, 9,000 rebounds, and 9,000 assists. He'll end up being the 9th all-time scorer in NBA history. He would have the 4th most triple-doubles at 108 for 50-point games. He's only going to have 8 in his career for 40-point games. He had 78, which is 10th, so not a lot of scoring for LeBron in this career. His accolades are slightly better as he is a 5-time MVP, a 3-time champion, and 3-time finals MVP, 15-time all-star, 7 times on the first team, and 6 times on the second team. But I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments below, do you think LeBron James with Kevin Durant's career is actually better than KD himself? I mean, the 5 MVPs kind of speak for itself. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like to see in terms of simulation videos. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.